Over the summer, I went on a sub-Saharan African vacation. This is what I saw. First, we went to the Pittsburgh International Airport to get on an airplane to go to Cape Town. This is the airplane that we took to Cape Town. This is the Cape Town International Airport where we got our things and went to the hotel. This is a picture of the sunset that I took on the plane of the shores of Cape Town. This is another picture I took on the plane of the shores around Cape Town. The first attraction that I saw in Cape Town, South Africa was the Castle of Good Hope. This is an overall view of what the Castle of Good Hope looked like. This was the entrance of the Castle of Good Hope. The next place that I visited was Camps Bay. It had beautiful blue oceans and white sandy beaches. Camps Bay might have been the best spot that I visited because the views were amazing and you were able to just relax. This is the aerial cab that we took up to Table Mountain. We saw some amazing views, and when we arrived at Table Mountain, we saw some more. This is what the Table Mountain looked like and the views that we saw. I decided that I wanted to leave the group and go and visit Robben Island. This is what the island looked like. I then left Cape Town and went to the Kalahari Desert. This is the photo that I took while I was there. Next, I went to the Kalahari Transfrontier Park. These are some of the photos that I took while I was at the park. It was extremely dry and hot. I learned that there were over 800 million people that lived in sub-Saharan Africa. The Kalahari Transfrontier Park lies within South Africa and Botswana. It occupies an area of 14,668 square miles, about 3/4 of which is in Botswana. While at the park, we saw many different kinds of wildlife. We had to follow many rules to keep the animals and us safe. For example, we weren't allowed to feed the animals and we weren't allowed to off-road. As you can see from the photos that I took, the geography of the desert had very few trees and many high dead grasses. From the Kalahari Transfrontier Park, I went to the Chobe National Park. Since I have never been on a good old-fashioned safari, here was my chance. On the savannah, I photographed 6 different famous animals. The first animal that I saw was a lion, which is the world's second largest predator. Lions once ranged throughout Southwest Asia and North Africa. There are 3 commonly recognized elephant species. 2 out of 3 of them are African elephants. African bush elephants weigh 13,000 pounds and tend to live 22 months long. African forest elephants usually weigh 6,000 pounds. The giraffe is the tallest living terrestrial animal. Giraffes are commonly known for their extremely long necks and legs. Hippos are the 3rd largest semi-aquatic mammals that live in the world. They tend to live 40 to 50 years. Underneath a zebra's black or brown and white stripes, they have black skin. The biggest zebra can weigh up to 990 pounds. Leopards can run 36 miles per hour. Leopards range widely across sub-Saharan Africa. Since we were so close, I wanted to visit Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. While we were at the falls, I took an amazing sunset shot. Also, while at the falls, I went bungee jumping. I even rode an airplane over the falls and I got some great pictures and saw amazing views. The Zambezi River goes through Victoria Falls, travels to Mozambique, and empties into the Indian Ocean. From there, I continued my trip north up the Zambezi River through Malawi, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, and entered Uganda. From there, I went to Kibo Forest National Park. While I was there, I got many great photos and saw many different kinds of wildlife that lived there. For example, I saw a bluebird and a chimpanzee. I learned that the Kibo National Park is in southern Uganda. It is 766 square kilometers in size and is located between 1,100 meters to 1,600 meters in elevation. It was established in 1993. Since I had seen so much wildlife, I wanted to see what urban African life was like, so I headed east into Kenya to visit Nairobi. While I was there, I saw a mix of wealth and poverty. Poverty in Nairobi means extreme food shortages and a lack of basic resources. The burden of this has been inflicted upon those who dwell in Nairobi's sprawling and overpopulated slums. Nearly 4 million people live in the grueling poverty of these slums and struggle to survive in conditions so horrible. Though many people live in slums in Nairobi, there is still wealth in the city. People who made big time live in large buildings and skyscrapers. Next, I did something pretty foolish and dangerous. I continued east to Mogadishu, Somalia. I saw many attractions while I was there, but the one that stuck out was the Mosque of Islamic Solidarity. Tourists are warned against visiting the mosque because there are high threats of terrorism, including kidnapping, throughout Somalia. Finally, I traveled far, far west to complete my trip in Timbuktu, Mali. I wanted to see the priceless historical architecture, and I took amazing photographs. While I was at Timbuktu, I went to the world-famous Gingerbread Mosque. I learned that the mosque was built in 1327, and I got many great photos of it. Sadly, every vacation comes to an end, and before I knew it, I was back at the Cape Town International Airport. Then, from the airport, I got back on the plane that I took on my way there. Before I knew it, I was back at the Pittsburgh International Airport and on my way home. Here is a map of all the places that I went to. That was my sub-Saharan African vacation. I hope you enjoyed.